Here we go. We're doing final checks. Final checks. Checking Reddit first. Sorry, Twitch. Check in Twitch channel. Do a little test. Test. Good test. Checking OBS. Yep. Kind of low on the screen, but can work that out. And then, gonna do social stream Ninja. Grabbing the chat, going to YouTube. Grabbing, there we go, YouTube. Going to my live stream. Channel. Being sure it's clean connection. Everything's working. Okay, and grabbing that. Copy. Starting a new WebSocket. There it is. There it is. WebSocket connect. Yes. Good. Good. Turn that off. Adding it. There it is. And I'll do a test right from YouTube. Test 2. Test. Test 2. Perfect. Okay. We are live. This is Reddit Rundown 2025, August 27th. We're doing United States of America. I think they're more in need of a little bit of analysis right now. So this is happening. This is the first time things have been, the first launch this smooth. So let me just double check OBS real quick. Yeah, test 3. And is it visible? Yes, there it is. Okay, good. Connected. Things are good. Everything's set. Let's take a look at Reddit. What's going on? So, threats. One of the biggest threats to American children are dangerous woke ideologies. And really, I would have guessed school shootings. Well, what's causing those shootings? That's a hard one. Hard question that no one wants to ask. Anyway, let's just carry on because no one wants to know. Could it be, oh well, you know what. I'll let you ponder it. It's kind of the idea of the comic itself. Take a look at India. U.S. imposes 50% tariffs on Indian goods over Russian oil purchases. So America's pissed off. India's buying Russian oil. India needs cheap energy. Russia slashed its prices so low that India was like, we can't not buy it. Even though, China and India are having trouble, like at the border. They're having some border disputes over territory, but the Russia needs a buyer for their oil. They need to keep their economy going, alive, and India needs the power. So, but USA is trying to impose its will, saying hey, stop, don't buy their oil. Let's let their economy crash. But India is saying it's not in our interests. It's not in our best interest, I should say. So now the United States has decided, the Trump administration, they're going to punish India for this, for not bending to their will. That's not going to work out. But America's figuring that out very slowly. There's going to be so much pain. The economy is, I'm not saying India is their strongest, biggest trading partner, but every little bit is death by 1,000 cuts. America's going hog wild on world trade. It took 70 plus years to build the U.S. economy after World War II into what it was. Now it's just tearing it apart. It'll take no time at all. The damage is unbelievable. That is Trump's second term, how much damage he's done. And they haven't even felt it yet. They're just starting to see the inflation. Oh my God, we're going to see it. It's coming. It's coming. Okay, next. I don't know how they think this is the appropriate response. This could be anything. This is mildly infuriating. You ready for that? So before you ask why people aren't studying to become teachers anymore, I emailed my students' parents to let them know he punched me in the face and broke my glasses, and they just emailed back with this. This is the parent's response after the student punched him in the face, broke his glasses. Student did that to the teacher. In an effort to break this routine, name of the child, and I have come up with the idea to put a calming banana in his bag, and he'll eat it as soon as he gets to school. He may be hungry after the bus ride and acting out from this, hoping that the calming banana can be his special superpower to get him back on track. Bringing this up so we can be on the same page. If you think giving your kid a banana will curb the behavior of assaulting a teacher, yeah, that's you got to sit down and talk to that kid for sure. I mean, that's like a lapse in decorum to punch a teacher in the face. Don't know what happened. Don't know why it happened. But, like, it's going to take more than a banana, let me tell you. If that's the solution you guys have come up with, eat the banana. I mean, it sounds like the kid's not getting breakfast. Bananas can be calming, for sure. And the routine's not a bad idea. But coming up like that being the solution, being like, that's it. Calming banana, we got it. We got it sorted. That's got to be tough for the teacher. I mean, but I think at this point, teacher's best interest would be to sit down with that kid too and explain it as clearly as possible, because obviously classroom behavior is an issue teachers should take with students. Be like as kind as possible, because I know like teachers want to be authoritarians a lot of times. They're like, it's a struggle for a lot of people, but you got to talk to kids, people like they're real people, like they're just regular people. But I don't know what prompted the assault. I'm not saying it's the teacher's fault, but you got to like talk to the kids, man. You can't just like talk to the parents and be like, it's a double-edged sword, right? Teachers have part of it, like they're responsible for the kids within the classroom, and then whatever they're getting introduced to, whatever they're dealing with from the parents, you got to work with it, man. You got to work with highs and the lows. You got to find that middle ground. Be like, you'd think that, I don't know anything about the actual situation, that how it how it unfolded, but I don't assume the kid just punched him out of nowhere. I assume there was some kind of interaction that things got out of hand. But anyway, I'll leave that there. That's enough of that. Murdered by words. This is going to be a while, and I'm here for it. Let's see what this is. Bam. Look at that. They still don't get it, Gavin Newsom. This guy's my freaking hero right now. Kind of see my bias right there. Put it out there. So this guy, Eric's putting this out there. California Governor Gavin Newsom is now claiming Cracker Barrel changed back their logo because of him. Gavin is way in over his effing head. Hello. Hey, welcome back. We're doing it. Feel free to chime in about any of this stuff. Like, just let me know what you're thinking. We're talking about Gavin Newsom. We're talking about USA. Not sure where you're from. If you could be from the USA, could be from Europe. I'm doing USA today. I've been doing world before, but this is USA. So let me know. Are you on my Discord? Let's see what's going on here. Let's switch it over. That's Twitch. So let's go Twitch. Here we go. That's good. Let me know, what do you think about custom made model prices? Hit me with those prices. I've never seen any, so I don't know what to compare them to. So hit me with those custom model prices. Pop on that screen. I will take a look. Okay, I'm going to read this out now. A massive win, Patriots, all because of me, Gavin C. Newsom. Congratulations, GCN. Okay, he's mocking. Okay. He's mocking Trump, and this is he's mocking his style. Here it goes. What is wrong with Cracker Barrel? All caps. Keep your beautiful logo. The new one looks cheap Velveeta cheese from Walmart. Looks like cheap Velveeta cheese from Walmart. The place for groceries. An old-fashioned term. Groceries. Fix it ASAP. Woke is dead. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Cool. Nice. How much did it cost you when you were getting a? Does it just like your friend made it, or like Did it cost you anything? Cracker Barrel. We thank our guests for sharing your voices, and love for Cracker Barrel. We said we would listen, and we have. Our new logo is going away, and the old timer will remain. Sure. Link me in there. I'll definitely talk to her. Thank you. Appreciate the link. And Gavin Newsom's pointing it out. They're still not getting it. Republicans are treating his mockery of Trump's style of communication as if they're treating it like reality when he's doing it just to mock Trump. But they're not getting it, which is like wild. Like they're just not getting it yet. Okay. I mean, if you want to talk about Republicans just not getting it, there's a lot of examples. With just one example. Anyway. Okay, I've seen this before. The bath mouthpiece that allows you to breathe during hotel fire, if you can't leave the room. It costs a reasonable price, and she will offer payment plans. Well, I mean, my avatar is working right now. For me, it is kind of like, we'll see. But yeah, I definitely will look at stuff like that. I will look at it. Definitely will. Okay. And house fires, hotel fires, it's the smoke that kills you. You go unconscious, can't escape. Carbon dioxide poisoning. So here you go. Device. You're going to want air. You're going to want to breathe. This is an air chamber, so that get some air that's not soot laden. If it works, keep you alive. Probably burning eyes, but hey, man, being alive beats the alternative. If that's your prerogative. MAGA is so emotionally unstable. I think we know this. Let's see what this guy's got to say about what.
And this is why your party sucks. Did you vote for her or did you sit that one out?
No, I voted for her.
You voted for Kamala. Why? Just because
I vote?
Yes, I'll tell her. She'll come talk to you herself on Twitch. Sure, come on down. Let's talk about it. Let's make a deal.
Very rational.
No, hold on. What did you? I want to hold on. You voted. This is what drives me crazy about your side. You guys voted
for the lesser of two evils.
That is what policy were you going for? What do you think that she was going to do different? What can you possibly? I would rather have you sit that one out, Sam. Go ahead.
I'll tell you.
Okay. Go ahead. Heated.
She was not going to cut Social Security functioning. She's not going to cut the USDA. She's not going to cut the FDA. She's not going to lose us $500 billion worth of return on investment with the IRS. Oh, she's not going to cut the Bureau of Labor Statistics. She's not going to cut 300.
She's making a point.
Investment.
Return on investment. Every dollar that you give to the IRS, we get 6 or 7 back. She's not going to cut the museum and library. Google it. Every dollar spent at the IRS gets 6 back. In return, they're anticipating cuts from DOGE. Cuts from DOGE are going to cost our government $500 billion.
According to who? Studies suggest.
All right, I undersold it a little bit.
According to who? And Elon Musk. You think Elon Musk is a net positive or a net negative for society for what he's doing and pointing out what the hell these people have been screwing us for all these years? And he's pointing out. You guys are mad at the person pointing out who robbed from you than the actual robber. That's the truth, bro. Yeah, he's a billionaire. You think he's doing it because he needs the money?
What fraud has he found?
What do you mean? How much fraud has he found?
Yeah, where's the person who's going to be indicted for fraud?
Well, what about the waste?
What waste?
Because it's not. Stop it, Sam.
What waste? They just cut the agency that provides $295 million
That's the problem. They went in there.
Museums and libraries. You appreciate libraries, don't you? I know how much reading is important to you.
Sam, you're pinpointing the one good thing that they probably did.
Wait,
what about the waste of countries all around the world for LGBTQ agendas in Rwanda?
This is pretty controversial.
Do you want money going to
a fraction of a percentage? And if we wanted to get rid of that money, there is a way of doing it, and that is to have Congress vote and reverse what they authorized in the first place. But to have a billionaire come in and decide, based upon what his personal preferences are, that he's going to cut government in this way, I'm sorry, that's not democracy. It's not even remotely close to it.
He doesn't have...
What was the open border for? Why was the border open for 4 years? Answer me that question.
First of all, the border was not open.
Are you kidding me? Look at the... What do you mean the border wasn't open? Hold on. Did you smoke before you came in here? That's ridiculous.
By the way, Vinny, here's the part.
Kind of angry, doesn't he?
Here's the part. Sam, here's the part when I hear this, okay?
Anybody can look at that video. The things you were saying yesterday was a complete sack of lies. Or just misinformation.
Business, hire these people, hire people that are coming in.
The fact that you're saying the border wasn't wide open, how many deaths have happened? How many fentanyl deaths have happened per year while your freaking president, Joe Biden, was in office? How many Americans died just from fentanyl? And you're saying the border wasn't wide open? We've had the most illegal entry in 4 years in the history of the country. This is why. Let me finish. And this is why your party sucks. This is why your party is at 29% approval 20%. Because you got 20. Thank you.
Fentanyl, the scourge of America. I mean, it's definitely deadly. Definitely is a problem. Drug problem. It's like a social problem. You know, drug problem is tricky. I don't think blaming the border is necessarily the only answer. People take it willingly. It's not being forced on anybody. So, you know, drugs are a social problem. Why are people doing it? You know, why are they choosing to do that? It's cheaper than heroin, right? It gets mixed in, stuff like that. They're bad for you, man. It's just gonna mess up your whole life. Could kill you. So people are taking that risk knowing that they're probably just, looking for something different than what reality is offering. Totally different subject. Blaming one government or another for that is not necessarily the issue at hand. It's people's lives. I mean, yeah, you can say politics filters down to people's lives. For sure it does. But you think the administration's making anyone do drugs? I mean, not directly. They're imposing suffering on people. Probably a better indicator of that. People still do drugs in good times and bad times. It's, doesn't necessarily change if it's just good times. So, we'll see. See what happens. Beach safety. I told you, the water's dangerous, don't swim here. Spat on the guards, started a fight. So, yeah, that'll do it. If lifeguards like, water's dangerous, don't go in, they're like, we're not listening to you. Yeah. If you're in another country, try to be respectful of what people are trying to tell you about what happens there, Because, this isn't like they were trying to scam you or anything crazy like that. They're trying to keep you safe. I don't know. Don't be entitled. Try to, explain things. Come to the reasonable conclusion, right? Agreement. Okay. No stupid questions. How much could Taylor Swift's partner get in case of a divorce, given that one is a billionaire and the other is a millionaire? Taylor Swift is now a billionaire, and her fiancé is a millionaire. I assume he would get a lot, quite a bit, quite a lot, maybe half, maybe, whatever payments, unless they're doing some kind of super crazy prenup, and I could totally see Taylor Swift doing that. No problem. Do whatever you want, but she's all about building her fortune and fame. Fame's part of that. So I could see having a pretty strong ironclad prenup before that ceremony happens. I'm sure they're in negotiations right now. Okay. This restaurant doesn't accept tips. Whoa. USA. That's wild. We are a no tipping establishment. Thank you for visiting. We look forward to serving you again soon. 16% fee. There's your tip. So that, they say they're a no tip place, but that's not tax. That's a 16% tip. They just, that's what happened. So you don't get to choose is what they're saying. You pay an extra 16% on top. We auto grad everything at 16%. So they're trying to say it's non-negotiable. That's means the prices they're showing you are not the actual price. Anyway, that's that. No Man's Sky, the game. I'm not sure what NMS stands for. Create your own colossal, fully furnished, completely bespoke Corvette-class starship. I think that, assume it's that one. How many people can that carry? I've never played it, but it could be fun. I mean, it was kind of rough on launch, but they've been working at it. All right, they're trying to get people into it, or more into getting into that ship, you know what I mean? Here we go. Horse out with its owner meets wild black rhino, which is unhabituated to horses and humans. This could be super dangerous. The horse is walking up to that black rhino. Whoa. Horses are fast. Rhinos are like armor-plated megafauna. Let's see what the I mean, they both have 4 legs. Horses are not threatening in their demeanor. So the horse is curious. He's approaching. There's some ear waggles from the rhino. Rhino's not sure. Rhino's like, are you a threat? I don't know. Rhino's getting curious. Maybe coming up. The horn is not too pointed. It can do a lot of damage, but it's not kind of puncture that horse, I don't think, unless it gets under the undercarriage. But there seems to be some general curiosity. I don't see aggression. Rhino's taking a sniff. Its senses may be telling it this is not a predator. Rhinos could stomp the crap out of you. Horses can trample you, but rhino's heavy creature. Not just armor plated, strong. Okay, didn't see any problem there. Rule of thumb: 2-legged beings or creatures cannot outrun 4-legged creatures. So be aware of that. If you ever get close to something 4-legged, don't get too close. If it's wild, we're talking bears. We're talking any predator. You can't outrun it. So just stating the obvious, but good to know. It's on the record. The White House is raging at Trump's health crisis. Okay, what is the White House saying about it? I mean, I heard a cardiologist say he's got 6 to 8 months to live if he's having congestive heart failure. His hand's rotting, looks like bruised, terribly bruised, but he's trying to hide it. If he's trying to hide it, it's not, things aren't going well. The bruising I've seen is actually even worse than what this is showing. I mean, he's lived kind of his own decadent life. Democrats flip Iowa State Senate. They've got breaking the Republican supermajority. That might cause some changes there. Leave it at that. Perfect alignment. I love this kind of stuff. Let's see this. Just woodworking masters, masterpieces. Or just how to do it right. There you go. Circular hole. Dowel. Pop that down. There's your match. All right, here we go. Here comes the difference. Okay, what's he doing? Super glue. I don't know. Could be proper wood glue. What's he doing? How are they gonna do it? Looks incredibly proper. Flush. Oh, okay. Still needs some work. Nope. Oh, wow, right there. When you do it that well, that fast, it's incredible. Okay, this is Lutnick. The White House is going to put government statistics on the blockchain. Yeah, we don't know why either. We're just ironing out all details, said Howard Lutnick. Government statistics on the blockchain. Why would you do that? I don't know. Take a look at the comments. Which details? All of them? Don't know why you would want to do that. if they could give a good reason for it, it might help people understand why they're doing that. I don't know. It's a weird move. Doesn't make it any more legit if the info is not correct. Kid tries to scare two grannies. Backfires. Maybe don't try to scare grannies. Intimidation. Okay, just got head down. Stare down, head down. Grannies are just like... Let's go! Let's go! Granny's like, I've seen a lot of shit in my lifetime. They don't seem like they're strangers to this version of intimidation. Kind of smile, but not... Okay. I mean, they stood the ground, you know? Didn't let it get to them or react the way that the person being intimidating was hoping or intending. Anyway, didn't say where that's from. Just saying the kid's embarrassing themselves by trying to menace someone. Damn, that's interesting. 9-year-old boy named William Merrick was kidnapped, but after singing the same song for 3 hours, he annoyed the kidnapper so much that he released him unharmed. Kid's a badass. Kid was like, we're going to make this not worth your while. That's amazing. Like, I hope that kid's okay. Super traumatic, but man, that kid's like, hey, guess what? You signed up for this. Smart kid. I'm glad it worked out. Damn, dangerous stuff. All right. Donald Trump's names in Jeffrey Epstein's files redacted by FBI. Donald Trump's names. Yeah. So we've heard about this. The FBI has publicly said they've redacted every mention of his name so that it's blank. It's blacked out. I don't know if anyone in Congress or the Senate got a redacted version of it. I've heard recently, I was reading that Democrats are saying they have versions of the Epstein files that has his name in it. You know, I think at this point, everyone knows it. But, I mean, really, do we need confirmation? I mean, I guess the context would be in what context does his name appear in it? That's what people want to know, right? That people say, oh, you know, he's friends with him. Maybe they went places, but it's people want to know the truth. That's the bottom line, I think. It's kind of late now because they've already voted him into office a second time. So if it comes out, like, maybe do you prosecute him? Is that even possible right now with him being like? I mean, those are crimes done before he became president. So I don't know how. I think he's got immunity right now. Will it, I mean, impeachment, though, that's a different story. If his name's all over the file and they're like, wait a minute, this is incredibly damning, incriminating. Our president is a current, you know, has done terrible things to people of, you know, innocent people. Maybe that would would allow impeachment. Maybe, what is it going to take, the second big beautiful bill before they do it? I mean, the Republicans are so latched on for power right now. This is like their only way to victory, they assume. They got a strong man. He's going to do what he wants. He just said yesterday, I'm doing whatever I want. I'm the president. I can do whatever I want. That for the last, you know, couple hundred years, that hasn't been the way. All of a sudden, we had a president that says I can do whatever the heck I want. It's not. There's no checks and balances there. But we'll see how that works out for America. We're going to find out. All right. Empathy is important, folks. Ever notice how much happier right-wing women are versus left-wing? So it's a statement that's asserting that. This should be studied scientifically. So he's saying right-wing ladies are happier by Benny Johnson. Here we go. Here comes Rebecca. Probably because they don't carry the burden of caring about others less fortunate than them or have a conscience or empathy. That's kind of a roast. That's a pretty solid roast. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty, you know, if you're on the liberal spectrum of this, yeah, it kind of tracks, you know what I mean? Yeah. You care about your country, that's good. I mean, I think if you're in your country, it's good to care about it. Important. There's different perspectives, though, how to, like, enhance it, make it better. You know, who you're making it better for? Who in the country, I should say, are you making it better for? So let's carry on. The way her soul left her body when he started running.
She ain't listening to you no more. So what I'm saying is, you gotta understand that first.
This guy's in good shape.
You gotta understand the way that you actually.
I don't know if I want to like play the music. It's like someone else's music. Okay, so he's very. Oh no, that's funny. She was all about it before. That's pretty funny. The music would have been good for it too. He really slow walked that, as far as the expression goes. Arms are starting to come out. She's like, wait, what's going on here? And then it's more of a prance. That's funny. It's funny. Okay. And how interested was she before? She was like, he stepped up. A little stretch. The checkout is lingering. There comes the hair flip, hair pull. A little bit of a adjustment. A little bit of a wow. Up and down. Looking pretty interested. Okay, what's going on here? Okay. In 1997, a horse jumped over a fence and joined the peloton of the, whoa, that's French. Criterium International, eventually passing it, leaving the race only 20 kilometers from the finish line. Horse is like, let's go jump the, like, let's go jump. Sure. I want to be part of this. Where are you guys going? I want to go. Horse is like, they're herd animals. Horse is like, we're going. Let's go jump the enclosure. It's like, you know what? I want to be part of this. These streams. Okay, reconnected. Checking streams. Check in. Check in. Looks good. And checking other stream. Looks good. Looks like we're back in action. We'll do a test. It's got a message saying, and looks good. Looks like we're back in action. We'll do a test. If it's connected. Not great there. Not seeing the it says it's streaming. I think this one's done. I think Twitch is offline. Now it's back. Test. Let's see here. Check in. Social stream. Gonna put a fake message through. It's gonna be loud. Here we go. Checking the message. There it is. That came through. But let me see if it's the same key. Copy. Okay, it should be the same. Let me try a new window. Let's refresh it. Okay. And let's put a message through YouTube. Double check it's running. Looks good. It had a brief disconnect and a reconnect. So I was like, never had that before. I was running a video, so maybe that stressed the system. Maybe. Need to pin this on top. Double checking here. Wow, these windows. Going to put a couple fake messages in through. Double checking here. Gonna make this window always on top. That's what I need to do. There we go. That's good. But now all of a sudden it's not feeding messages through. Like unexpected error, like a disconnect. And maybe you have to reinitialize it to get it to reconnect. Because I don't think... Should be on top. Let me reconnect the whole thing. I want to see. Because it looks like it's currently disconnected. So I'm going to restart it. Delete the source. Just learning, see what you got to do to reconnect it or what the process is. So paste. WebSocket connect. Yep, good connection. And now I should be able to do this. I heard the beep. It's good. Sounds like a good beep. And bring the make a fake one. There it is. I'm going to always on top. There it is. And now I can check if YouTube's feeding through properly. There we go. Okay, so let me check if OBS got it. Yes. Okay, there you go. I manually reconnected it. Not the end of the world. Horses jumping the fence seem to have triggered that somehow. Back to it. Interesting. I've never seen her before. Well, maybe her hair's different, but Halsey responds to backlash for calling the recent Sydney Sweeney Great Jeans controversy 24-hour gossip, tabloid denim bullshit again. So she's just saying it's like not newsworthy. And now they're turning on her and she's like, wait a minute. Like, I'm not conservative. Don't confuse me. But she's saying the news isn't like newsworthy, but it is a national ad campaign they're spending millions of dollars on with a highly known actress, implying the jeans are the product necessarily isn't what they're selling. It's a little bit weird. I mean, like, just my take on it, that I think they could have done it more tastefully. They could have, with an international collection of models, it would have not been a controversy, but where America's heading, it just seems like, pointed, a little too pointed for people to be like, whoa, dude, like, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to do? So, I mean, yeah, it raises eyebrows. People ask questions, makes people uncomfortable. They're like, yo, what are you implying? So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is in terms of, they went that way, they took that direction, and people are going to say, what the heck? So, hey, pointing it out is a controversy in itself now, but is, how intentional was it? That's the question, Were they really going for that angle? Were they trying to court controversy? Maybe, Is it well advised? Probably not. I think it hurt their sales overall. People are like, again, the international demographics, a bigger market. Anyway, National Guard called in to deal with crime emergency in D.C. are now picking up trash outside the White House. Yeah, are people really feeling like, are you safe having a soldier stand on a street corner? Like, Trump's talking about how people are not going out for dinner. Like, we're going out for dinner, I feel safe. Do you need military soldiers standing on the street with guns to make you feel safe enough to go out to dinner? Who is that for? You know what I mean? Is that, if you're like an independent, strong person, I don't think you need active military on the streets of your city to make you feel safe enough to go out to eat. That's not strength in my book of like, thank you, military soldier, for standing out in the street with a gun that now everything is safe now. Like, what? Like, for how many years has that not been the case? And things are, not in a total meltdown state of lawlessness, right? We're not like, if people are just, is DC this like lawless place where crimes are happening every, 50 feet? Anywhere you look, you turn, people are like breaking windows and stealing stuff and breaking into houses and robbing people and beating people. Like, if that was the case, sure, roll the military to like restore order. But if you can't go out to dinner and you need the military there to like hold your hand while you walk to the restaurant, like, what is happening? Like, that's an authoritarian's dream, and it's a cover story being like, it's so much crime, I can't do anything, I'm paralyzed. Like, what? I don't know. It's going to be a financial disaster. You're paying these soldiers active duty. You're deploying them to your streets to like, and they're picking up trash, man, you're paying those people. Like, the expense is unimaginable. I mean, like, it's going to add up, what I'm saying. He wants to deploy it to like 19 cities. You don't understand, your coffers are not limitless. You're going to figure that out eventually. Once the pain starts to get, it'll go from the bottom up. That's what's going to happen, just so you know. Like, the financial system, and that's going to create more crime. If the people at the bottom can't afford food, they're going to let you know. That's going to be ugly. So like, deploying them now ahead of time, like, that might be the plan. Like, desensitizing the population, having them deployed, but you didn't need them in the first place. This isn't the emergency you're saying it is. So buckle up. Things are going to get crazy if this keeps happening. Broke both arms systematically. So it's really tough to do anything once you've broken both arms. Like, depending on how broken it is, but let's just say, imagine going to the bathroom. Leave that there. It's going to be real trouble. Brazil's tallest teenager with her boyfriend. So she's the tallest teenager. This is a nice, he's got, there's no hover hands. She's resting her arm on his head. But they seem, she's smiling. It's a joke. They look happy. It's cool. Well, if you're that tall, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. She's used to it. You know what I mean? Hopefully they're happy. 25 countries suspend postal service to U.S. over tariffs. They're like, well, too bad. You're not getting anything from us. And we're not sending anything to you. Incredibly devastating. That's what happens when you start pissing off the whole world. Don't do it. Mark Zuckerberg gifted noise-canceling headphones to his Palo Alto neighbors because of his non-stop construction around his 11 homes. 11 homes. I mean, if you're a billionaire or whatever, I'm assuming he's a billionaire. 11 homes. Like, you can only live at one at a time. It's nice to have, like, get a couple maybe. Like, I don't know how many you need, right? 11. I guess, he's got, like, Hawaii. He's got, like, a bunker complex being built there. It's like a, doomsday vault for your personal family. Hey, I mean, you're going to want some, like, proper ecosystem that, like, you can survive without any outside irradiated air getting in. It's going to be a challenge, but hey, man, people got time and money to think about it before, might as well make it, like, environmental disaster proof, you know what I mean, while you're at it. I don't know, whatever helps you sleep at night. Funny that there's a influential, like, forward thinker that was being paid big bucks to come and tell incredibly, exclusive upper class what to do with their wealth to prepare for, like, unforeseen circumstances. And he said that, he was sharing this publicly, this aspect. He was saying his advice to them was, why don't you try to make the world a better place around you right now? Instead of, you have a security bunker with a security detail, things go to hell, and you go in your security bunker, and your security detail says, you know what? Money's worth nothing. We're taking over. Like, it's our bunker now. What do you mean? Like, yeah, you're rich where? Where's your money? Like, this bunker belongs to the people that have the guns. You know what I mean? So like he was telling them, treat your people like, you know, gold now, but also the other half is that like you're spending all this money to like protect yourself from potential disaster, but you know, if the world's better off in a better place for everyone, things won't be so crazy. But we're just not ready for that. I don't think we've got the scarcity mentality pretty locked in. We won't let go out of fear, but if we're in a situation of abundance, we could leverage that. Don't waste it, right? Waste is bad, but we've now flipped over into having this much abundance means I can do whatever I want with it and waste it because there's so much abundance. Instead of there's so much scarcity, we have to be very careful with resources that are scarce to be sure we have enough for later. You know? Does that make sense? Anyway, what's the media missing? Media coverage skipping an important detail about the story. Girl on bladed weapon charge. And a 11-year-old girl has been charged after allegedly being caught with a bladed weapon in Dundee. Police were called to St. Anne Lane, just off Coupar Angus Road on Lochee, shortly after 7:30 p.m. on Saturday. It followed reports of a girl having a bladed weapon. Several police cars were sent to the scene by the Balgay Street car park following the report. A Police Scotland spokesman said the Evening Telegraph around 7:40 p.m. on Saturday, we received a report of a female youth with a bladed weapon on St. Anne Lane, Dundee. Officers attending a 14-year-old girl was charged in connection. She will be reported to the relevant authorities. She had a weapon? She just had a weapon? What was she doing? I mean, what was the kind of problem? I mean, if you keep... Okay. So they didn't say the whole thing's gone. That was just... Okay. Didn't say why she was carrying the weapon or what she was doing with it. There's this... Yeah, that's the controversy. And sometimes Peter Explain the Joke can be controversial like that. From Scotland. Europe's going through their own problems right now. We'll leave it at that. I don't know enough about it to comment on it. A cool blue, definitely breezy. Chris Brown must have did her hair because this color can only be achieved by a veteran colorist. Kim Kardashian and Northwest in Rome. I don't know why you would assert that Chris Brown did the hair. Veteran colorist. Maybe there's something I'm missing, like a joke. Oh, something about his songs, maybe. Anyway. Here we go. Over 30% of the land in England is still owned by the aristocracy. There we go. And landed gentry. And half the country belongs to just 25,000 owners. So that's the leftover feudal system, like monarchy. It's still a monarchy, right? Well, no, it's not exactly still a monarchy, but they still have the monarchy, but it's a parliamentary system. So, but they're saying that 30% of the entire land of England is still owned by a small group of former nobles, because they already had the titles and land. They changed to a parliamentary system, but they were like, well, we still own all this stuff. We're gotta pass it down, pass it on, and it is their cup has floweth over, assuming that for the last hundreds and hundreds of years. Well, yeah, it's a byproduct of the system, right? Beverly Hills Unified School District Board members vote to fly Israeli flag inside schools. It's a weird thing to do if, they're allies. But normally you don't fly allied countries' flags in the school. You fly your flag normally. Beverly Hills. I mean, is that a private school? If it's a private school, do whatever you want. But if it's a public school, normally you don't. I don't know. You can fly. They can fly whatever flag they want. I guess it's going to be controversial, but yeah, I guess bit of an interesting choice. Anyway, when she gives you the best and you stop her in the middle just to admire her, the smile's nice, and then admire her. Admire your partner. There you go. That's a nice one. Larian replaced my melted Baldur's Gate 3 vinyl. That is melted. That looks crazy. The cat looks so freaked out. Baldur's Gate 3. Cat looks freaked out. There's a new one. Very nice. Larian Studios. They're a good studio, as long as they treat their programmers well, and teams. Because man, I don't know. They didn't fire their programming team. They got let go by their parent company, something like that. They were saving the money. Anyway, I wouldn't have let that talent team go, man. I would have given them huge budget and said, here, make something you want to make. Maybe coordinate that a little bit. Anyway, it was never about inflation. It's hysterical that millions of dumbass Americans voted this guy in because they were mad about inflation, and then literally all of his economic policy is solely dedicated to doing more inflation. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a tragedy in 2 terms, played out in 2 terms. I mean, the question was, make America great again. How great was it after his first term? And why were some people so desperate to get back to the next term? How did he pull it off? He's America's greatest con man, maybe of all time, in my books, in my lifetime, definitely. Donald Trump, there's so much more damage he's going to be able to do in his term, as long as he's alive. I mean, to finish his term. Who knows what's going to happen after the term's over, if he's still alive. It's unimaginable right now how much he's already done and where it's going. It's there's so much more that could be done. Anyway, I mean, there's the controversy about did all the voting machines produce the correct votes? Did they record them correctly? Did they report them correctly? There's speculation that Musk might have been involved in adjusting the numbers, correcting, that's the way to put it, ensuring that Trump would win in those swing states in the controversial, highly contested areas. I'm not 100% convinced, I have no proof though, that the Americans voted Trump into power. I think there was shenanigans. Trump has said, we cheated, he's Freudian slips, but he said it. Let's do a little, bring it over here. I'm going to bring this back. Check this out. People don't ever look at stuff. Which election? 7 months ago. Here we go. I mean, you got to take a look. Just be the news is not going to tell you, but
they all came in on the Olympics, and then I saw Johnny, and we got the World Cup too. And it's only because they rigged the election that I'll be your president representing you there. I got both of them. I got the Olympics and I got the World Cup. And I said, it's too bad. One was in 2026 and the other was in 2028. And I said, I won't be there. I won't be your president. But then they rigged the election and now we won. So I'm going to be your president for the Olympics and for the World Cup. So Johnny, thank you for the World Cup. And everybody, thank you for the Olympics. We're going to have a great time. We have another thing happening. 250 years.
I mean, was it rigged? I mean, I'd say that's not proof, right? But I don't. Yeah, we need proof. There was a certain individual that was pushing to have like an election forensics done on the machines to double check that they weren't tampered with, and I don't know how that was going through the court system, but I don't know what stage of the game it's at right now. It was like just literally an investigation. Like let's be sure all the voting machines were properly reporting the results that they were given, and not tampered with. There's something about like SpaceX satellites getting voting data and then transmitting them back down. It's kind of like, if you have a technical team, you own those satellites. If you can adjust the code of the tabulating machines, as long as no one knows it was done. The only thing is, there's a couple of states in America, or districts, where there were actually 0 votes for Kamala, and they were like, wait a minute, like not a one. They're like, that's suspicious. So that's like, there've been some questions, but there've been, I'm waiting for definitive answers on that. So I could look it up right now, but I'm not going to. Guy forgets his sandals. It's going to burn. It's going to hurt. Oh, man. Get off the... Went for a run? What the... You'd think you'd...
No way.
No way.
Are you sure?
He's got socks?
Oh my, all right, I'll bring it back in like 2 hours.
All right, great.
Thank you.
Whoa.
Have fun.
Wow. I hope they know each... I mean, maybe they know each other. Probably not. I don't know. Joe Rogan turns on Trump to shut down his signature claim. Too late, Rogan, man. You're responsible for this now too, man. This is partly on you, dude. You're gonna have to own up to this, like, kind of forever. You're in the history books, dude. Wake up slap. Well, do whatever you want, dude. You obviously have your cigar, smoke it. You're rich. Who cares, right? Who cares about what happens to regular people? Doesn't affect you. Till it does. Yeah, they tried. They, like, 2020 election, they had all kinds of lawsuits. Couldn't prove it in court. And then they got thrown out. And now he won't shut up about it. He's like, they stole it. They stole it from me. And, like, started a riot about it. Like, insurrection almost. Then he pardoned them. He literally pardoned them. He's like, you're free to go. You're just doing what I told you. Anyway. Yeah, the facts don't hold up. Otherwise, someone would have been charged with trying to steal the election that he lost. He just straight up lost it. But again, remember, he was saying leading up to the 2024 election that they were going to rig it, and then as soon as they kept saying that they're rigging it, they're going to rig it again, and as soon as he won, didn't mention that again. He was like, whoa. But that's like a cover story, right? You got to accuse the other side. Because was Kamala Harris going to turn around and say, well, he rigged it? And then they'd turn around and be like, look at this, poor loser. They tried to rig it, but they lost it anyway. Like, really? Anyway. Yeah, Rogan, you're responsible for this, man. Partly, not totally, but he put his finger on the scale. He said he wouldn't, then he did. Hope your tax cuts are worth it. We'll see where that goes. What is this? Yeah, markets. They're not really connected to, like, how's the Tesla stock doing? Why is it, how is it doing? How is it still doing as well as it is? Has it started to crash yet? I mean, what? It's just trading on what? Like, what is it? Let's see here. Take a look. I'm going to bring it up. There we go. All right, let's go back a bit. 3 years out. It's kind of not going to let me. Only goes back 3 months. Ridiculous. Why wouldn't you go back further? Market watch. Tesla's been around longer than 3 months. It's a weird thing. Weird thing to do. You're not the only ones that can report market data. So let's go back a little further than 3 months. Big dip there, but so they don't. There we go. Oh wow, they don't want you to. Another one. What's going on here? Let me scroll back a little bit more. There we go. Loading data. There we go. Tesla. For the election? Well, yeah, right before. Bit of an adjustment. So, wow, it really took a dip. But now it's way higher than it should be. How are they going to sell? How's he going to sell his cars, man? Electric cars. There's the low point in the new year, 241. Now it's up to that. It's bouncing back, man. Like, is it the SpaceX success? It's been some successful rocket retrievals that are keeping the significant hit, but it's going up again currently. Look at that. What a buy that would have been. 2023. Oh yeah, okay. Weren't sure if the cars are going to work out. Autopilot stuff is not working out so hot. Don't trust autopilot on cars yet. We're not there yet. And the failure, the inability to deliver that is hurting. It's been a bit of a millstone, but they're not doing that bad, really. They're doing way better than I think they should. Personally, what am I saying? So anyway, carry on. The stock's not doing that bad. It's on the climb. It's like anyway. First time home buyer. Well, that's pretty cool. That thing is like bellowing. Oh, that's not a good day for that guy. That's awesome. Wow. Mammals, flying mammals. Cool. Jellyfish, you don't want to be swimming in that. Looks briny. Cool. That's waste. That's garbage. And an elephant. It's a lot of trash. Wow, resolution didn't really come through there. Mold? Looks like mushrooms. Or mold spores. It's like really tiny. Microscopic. Penguins. Arctic shelf. Still some ice. Sloth. Oh man, it doesn't look like a happy picture. You really can't climb past this with you don't want to be there. You want to get to these trees. Man, that's not a good post to be part of. That's a good look. The danger is real. That is awesome picture. That is amazing. The water covering most of the land. Amazing. Great picture. Look, I don't know what it looked like in black and white, but wow, it's beautiful. Wolves. Sea life. Amazing. Great pictures. Cracker Barrels returned to its old logo. Not really news, but sure. People didn't like the new one as much, and they were like, how dare you? I mean, people get attached to things. It's part of life. So, UPS founder James E. Casey wanted yellow vehicles, but a partner said they'd be too hard to keep clean. They chose Pullman brown instead, a color that hides dirt, mud, and grime, and is still used on UPS trucks today. Yeah, the brown is really, it's nice. It seems earthy, and I think they made a great choice. The yellow and brown goes well together. It kind of pops. So there's a reason they've been doing it since for quite this amount of time. Pretty badass, that the logo, color scheme, even the trucks. So very distinctive, old school but effective. Minnesota woman charged after using racial slurs against black child as her fundraising tops $800,000. Don't know anything about it, but it's super weird that you're using racial slurs against a child and someone's like, we got to give this person $800,000 for legal defense. On just face value alone, it seems weird. But I don't know any of the circumstances, specifics of the case, but super weird looking at just the headline. That's all you're going to take in. That's my impression. Okay. Study finds many doctors disregard wishes of cancer patients. Frequently, patients with advanced cancer simply want to be made as comfortable as possible as they wind down their final days. Many of these patients are receiving treatment focused on extending their lives rather than easing their pain. So that's the question. I mean, that's a tough one. Patients are like, I got cancer. They didn't say if it's terminal, because it's like the doctor's like, it's treatable, dude. We're going to do everything we can to make advanced cancer. That's what they classified as advanced cancer. Is that beyond treatment? The doctor's like, let's just give you as much life as possible. Patients are like, you know what? Let's just prepare for what. I guess there's an advanced cancer. Is it treatable? That's the question, which I don't really have the answer for right now. I have to get further into the article. Advanced cancers. If it's advanced and spread to multiple parts of the body, usually your chances of beating it are very small. If it's, it's terminal, critical illness, extended care. With critical illness means that you're in the final stretch. So okay, that's different. Patients like, my quality of life is gonna fall apart, man. Like, you keep me alive longer, I'm just gonna suffer more. That's an important conversation. They're using advanced cancer again. Important conversation to have with that doctor to really need to know the details. How much more life am I expected to have? What is the quality of it? You're telling me this is the best medicine it has to offer. It's going to give me the most time. But what can I really expect? Medicine will do that, though. It's going to try to extend your life in most cases. So be prepared to have that conversation. Charlie Chaplin, without his makeup and mustache, looks like just a regular dude. The mustache was very iconic for him. His character, Charlie Chaplin. What happened here? A small bird makes the nest out of a pigeon's bad situation. What the heck? Why is a pigeon's head stuck in that? I guess that pigeon's dead. Wild. That, don't know how that happened. Repeats. This is Harvey Ball, the creator of the smiley face. He invented the smiley face in 1963 as a morale boost for employees. It was huge when it first came out. Oh, I wasn't there for that, but it was very, very popular. Like, it had a big impact. It was like, it's a feel-good symbol. It's kind of like, it's why, think of the emojis we still use on chats, right? It's based off of this. Kind of got it all started. Wait a minute. Not going to put chats in both emojis, but you know what I'm talking about. Everyone knows. That's the impact it's had. Every smartphone has it. I'll leave it there. You get the point. Child, corn. It's like, no, corn. Give it to here. Give it here. It's like, no, it's mine. It's my corn. Cute. Amulet of Morlag Bal. This is the Lord Morlag amulet. Oh, okay. So he's a bad deity. Never seen that before in real life. That's good. Happy to say I've never seen that in real life. I played a lot of Skyrim, but I didn't really follow the deity so much. Didn't have a patron saint. Big balls in biggest ever Social Security leak. I heard he had connections to Russia, so I can't say I'm surprised at all. I mean, they should have vetted each and every individual of Dodge that was going to have access to the country's government records of all kinds. Biggest ever Social Security leak. So they didn't vet them, right? They just walked into the places and said, it's Elon Musk, open up the door or I'm firing everyone. Social Security whistleblower says hundreds of millions of Americans are at risk after their personal data was recklessly uploaded to a vulnerable cloud server. Yeah, they transmitted the data through cloud servers, which are not secure, I heard. That's from before. Which one of the most notorious Dodge operatives, Big Balls, could access. So he had access to it. Apparently he has Russian connections. This is just double checking the date, right? 26. This is from yesterday. Yeah, this is the big thing. Social Security leak. Charles Borges, the Social Security Administrator Chief Data Officer, said Dodge members uploaded the database containing records of all Social Security numbers issued by the federal government. All the Social Security numbers. All of them. Just so you know, like how much that is. That's everyone issued in the country, probably every living person in America that has one. Full name, address, birth dates. Wow. That could be used to steal your identities. It could be used for more than that. Any intelligence agency would pay lots of real gold for that. It's worth so much money. You can track. Oh my God, you could do so much with that. Anyway, I'm not even going to go into that. According to the complaint obtained by the New York Times, the move potentially violating multiple federal statutes protecting sensitive government data, Borges wrote, and could result in a catastrophic impact, for Social Security beneficiaries and programs if compromised. It's like, if that data is truly leaked and starts to get circulated, what are you going to do? Reissue everyone a number? Should bad actors gain access to the cloud environment, which is not hard apparently, Americans may be susceptible to widespread identity theft, may lose vital health care because every insurance company in the world wants that, and food benefits, and the government may be responsible for reissuing every American a new Social Security number at great cost. So that would wipe out a large portion of any financial savings done at Dodge. And a lot of that financial savings came from sacking government employees, like ransacking certain services. Anyway, just going to be governmental chaos. Dodge members copied the data to an internal server that only they could access, a setup which Borges says created enormous vulnerabilities. So they took the problem. Here's the problem. They took the data out of the protected servers. They wanted to run AI analysis on the data, and they uploaded it through cloud to AI companies. The AI companies they put the data into, the programs. The companies that they put the AI data that's sorting the AI data, they have access to because their system's crunching the data. So that creates another vulnerability on top of that. So you would never want to do that. They went too fast. That's what really happened. But there was a reason for that. They didn't want approval. They didn't want people to say, whoa, slow down. We got to check credentials of your team. They basically walked in, said, open the door right now or you're fired. We're going to your server. We're putting in a back door and we're walking out of here with everything in the next 5 hours. That's just my guess time-wise, but unprecedented, has never happened before, may never happen again after this, but it's done. You know what I mean? That data went out the door with these people, and you'll never get it back now. Anyway. Serious data security lapses, evidently orchestrated by Dodge officials. Currently employed as SSA employees, that risk the security of over 300 million Americans. Social Security data. Disclosures involves wrongdoing, including apparent systematic data security violations, uninhibited administrative access to highly sensitive production environments, and potential violations of internal SSA security protocols and federal privacy laws by Dodge personnel. Oh, this names the people. These actions constitute violations of laws, really. Yeah, I mean, if the data is now floating around, not public, but accessible for other people's back channel access, maybe at a price, maybe, it's too valuable to make public, and it would create too many problems for anyone who did. But back channel, dark web stuff, like intelligence agencies, governments, everyone would want it. You can track people really, really effectively with it. Find out who's real, who's not. It really pulls a bit of a mask off, but you're not supposed to have access to that data. There's good reasons. Doesn't matter though. Trump's going to cover them until he's out of office. Elon Musk got what he wanted, and he got out. He paid $300 million to Trump, something like that, to help him get elected. Got what he wanted. Didn't get everything he wanted because afterward, Trump's like, Elon Musk was the fall guy. He still got what he wanted though. He made all the investigations into him go away. So that's why he's happy enough, right? I mean, like, he's not causing too many problems anymore. Trump's just like, go away. Like, you're no longer, you got what you wanted, I got what I wanted. Let's not make this fatal for their disagreement. It's gone quiet. I think he's, they threatened to basically deport him. And then Elon shut up after that. They were like, you want to stay in this country? He got a little bit outranked. Trump's got like the whole U.S. military behind him. So he played kingmaker. He broke laws to help Trump get into power. They had that lottery system, like if you register to be a Republican. Then he admitted later that the lottery system he set up wasn't random. So it was a scam, but get a big pat in the back from Trump for running a successful scam, put it that way. And it may be rigging an election. There's another scam, if that was what happened. I'm not saying I know. Now the administration is reportedly scrambling to rehire many of the officials purged by Dodge's aggressive cost-cutting as staffing shortfalls begin to paralyze critical operations. That's from yesterday. It's kind of... I mean, were there going to be any consequences and repercussions? Didn't really mention this guy, did it? I mean, not by using his alias, Big Balls, but I mean, these kids are young. They're in their 20s. I mean, that doesn't mean that they're not potentially sound security, could be vetted and found to be okay, but it's a lot of responsibility. A lot of data, sensitive data to have at your fingertips. And being so young, they may not have the judgment to be able to handle it properly. I don't know. I think that's pretty good. Like a Reddit rundown. We had a couple hiccups during the process, but powerful explosion rocks Russia oil pipeline, supplying Moscow intelligence sources claim. So Ukraine is targeting Russian oil production. It has been successful. Refineries are costly to build, takes time. Damaging them is major infrastructure damage that cannot be rebuilt quickly or reestablished in a timely manner. It takes a lot of time to repair such damage, depending on what they hit, how much, but anything that explodes causes quite a bit of damage, and we'll see how long it takes Russia to get that operational again. Yeah, Ukraine's flying drones, hitting targets. It's quite impressive for a smaller adversary to cripple a larger, more powerful adversary's infrastructure. I'm sure everyone's going to take note of how it's being done, and even Trump was saying it's rewriting warfare currently. We're seeing a new chapter being written. Everyone's watching. The Trump recession is coming. You have no idea what's coming. About like the international trade being blown up, tourism dollars not coming in, IRS gutted, corporation tax cut, population going broke from tariffs, like that cumulative. I describe it as a black hole is about to open up under America's feet financially. You won't believe how fast the money and power will bleed out. They've punctured major arteries, maybe in both legs, working on like an arm, leaving the jugular for last. Like you couldn't do a better job if you tried. Like Trump it's incredible. Like if it's incompetence, it's on a scale I've never seen before. I view it as more feigned incompetence. Like there's, if you wanted to destroy America, that's how you do it. Like internally, from like a position of power like this, you wouldn't do anything differently. You do exactly what he's doing or done already. And if he was to pass away tomorrow, you can't turn the ship around now. Like it's coming now. It's in terms of the markets would react favorably to a big international trade change, but you don't know how bad it's going to get and how you can't stop the bleeding right now. Like it's not going to stop. There's going to be this cascade failure, chain reaction. Costs are going to go through the roof.
So I would have much more respect for Pritzker if he'd call me up and say, I have a problem. Can you
This
help
is from
me
like
fix
yesterday.
it? I would be so happy to do it. I don't love, not that I don't have the right to do anything I want to do. I'm the president of the United States. If I think our country's in danger, and it is in danger in these cities, I can do it. No problem going in and solving, his difficulties. But it would be nice if they'd call and they'd say, would you do it?
Yeah, they're not going to call because you're going to do it anyway. Like, I mean, it's not, you don't have to ask. I mean, you don't have to ask him to do it. He's coming anyway. Like, he wants them. It would make him look better if they were like, please, Trump, come fix all our problems. And then he'd deploy the military and not look like a tyrant. But he's going to deploy them anyway. He's telling them, please ask me right now because I'm going to do it anyway. But, like, it would look good. It would make you look good, make me look good if, we were in, in agreement, in lockstep, that this is what is best for the country. But the truth is, it isn't. But it's going to happen anyway. He's talking about Chicago. He's talking about like New York, different states. It's 19 states. National Guard rollout. Again, we're going back to, do you feel safer when you go out to your door to have an armed military person on the street looking around? Because they're not trained for law enforcement. They're not trained for immigration enforcement. Military is trained to kill people. Let's keep it real, right? That's what they're trained to do.
Why did you plead guilty?
The whole institution's geared around killing people. That's what they're best at. That's what they train for. Deploying them on your streets for protection may not lead to safety. It might lead to problems. Well, we're going to find out, aren't we? Absolute units. This guy's huge. Of a dude refusing to get interviewed. Okay, dude's like, I don't want to talk about whatever's going on here.
Why did you plead guilty?
Okay. No more questions. He's not in the mood. That look, he was just like, you know what? This is happening. No more questions. Okay. Oh. This man rear-ended my daughter on Fisher Road, and I told her to get back in the car. Yeah, don't get out and yell at the dude. Probably not a good, just safety reasons, right? So as soon as she got back in the car, and the guy's like, yeah, let's not start yelling at each other. Let's take a moment, calm down, then get out and talk about insurance and what to do. Pull your car off the road if you can. Number one, you know all this stuff. Anyway, I've never seen this movie, but K-pop Demon Hunters, most watched Netflix show ever of all time. And then they're making another one, obviously. They're like, we'll make another one. You guys love it so much. We gave Netflix a shit ton of free advertisement. Yeah, people are like, they loving it. And the animation style got a lot of attention for being a little bit zany. Called that. K-pop Demon Hunters is Netflix's most watched movie ever, with 236 million views, beating Red Notice. So it's the top. I haven't seen it. Looks fun. K-pop's very hot. Very popular. Most sane Romanian reaction. Romanian kids watching his daughter getting gunned down on live TV. Super weird. I don't know much about Romania, so can't comment on it, but that's messed up. Definitely messed up. Supposed to be like mockery of, or I don't even know the right word for it right now. Oh my God, that's devastating. Tragedy by the Sea, 1954. Married couple standing on a beach moments after learning their 19-year-old son disappeared. Holy. The devastating, 1954. Reddit's a roller coaster sometimes, man. See a tiger.
Tiger's checking this guy out. First lady. Thingy. She was kind of back to this.
Okay, cool. Tiger's just like, hey, whatever, man. Do your thing. I can't eat you, so I'm just gonna chill out here. I'd eat you if I could, maybe. Okay, whatever. Teen mishap, table folding table, yeah. There's the Corvette we saw before. Corvette ships. All right, whatever.
So, I would have...
I have the right to do anything I want to do. I am the President of the United States of America. That statement alone, alarm bells. All kinds of alarm bells. I mean, the Constitution is supposed to, constrain what people can do. It exists for that reason. To remind people of, what not to do in a way. But if you can do whatever you want, you're at the whims of a potential tyrant. F-35 pilot held 50-minute airborne conference call with engineers before fighter jet crashed in Alaska. 50-minute being like, hey guys, I'm in trouble. We got problems here. What can I do? And then it crashed. F-35 program was labeled as a boondoggle, a program created to spend money for the Air Force. They were like, we have billions of dollars, untold billions. If we don't spend it, the budget goes down. We got to put it somewhere. It was said it was designed never to be, it wasn't designed for functionality. It was designed to cost money. They could have done it with you want to have the best weapon. I get it, but did they overdo it a little bit with it? You got to be practical in some sense as well. Otherwise, you end up running into problems you made for yourself in the process. Pilot made it safely out. That's good. $200 million fighter jet. I mean, there's a fine line between quality and quantity, where if you don't have enough of these things when the drone war starts, we'll see. If you can't replace them. Stealth is supposed to be the the saving grace, but we'll see what happens with hypersonic missile weapon technology. Not sure what's going to be safe. You can like pinpoint things through like not radar, but maybe like optical identification, proper zoom lens on a tracking aviation system. Anyway. Yeah, it was a big shock about Snoop Dogg coming out against like non-straight thing. Like he was like, what? Like Snoop Dogg, like relax, man. It's not. Talk to your kids, dude. Tell them like it's cool to love whoever you want. Like don't. I mean, I guess yeah. People are like scared it's gonna be like quote unquote shoved down your throat. But man, just do what you want and talk to your kids and family and like. Yeah, I don't know. Like just. I mean, there's a lot of like RuPaul's Drag Race stuff on Reddit, but I just scroll on by. I'm like, okay, people are enjoying it. That's cool. They're, people are into it. That's the thing. People are into entertainment and stuff like that. So let people enjoy what they want to enjoy, and you could do the same. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be a big deal. Anyway, make sure to only ever have one type of sensor in your device. Programming humor. Waymoss. Not even sure what Waymoss is. Oh, wow. We turned off the radars in Tesla to increase safety. Cameras for the win. They're saying cameras only, don't have conflicting data. Hey man, figure it out before you put people in automatically driving cars and be like, good luck. Hope you get out there alive. Hope it doesn't kill lots of people. Because apparently there's lawsuits coming. They're like, people killing, whatever. Usually you want to test your technology before you roll it out to the public. We can leave that there. This thing is incredible. Looks incredible. China's building their infrastructure faster than you could imagine. It's going to have ramifications down the road, because if one country's infrastructure is crumbling, another country is brand new, state-of-the-art. We're talking maglev trains, which China built. We're talking America. It's rotting out from under them. It's going to make a difference. And you can't afford to replace what you've built or even maintain it. You're behind the eight ball in future prospects. Hope no one in America is like a nice big war would let us rebuild everything. Kind of like the Japan story after World War II. It was properly planned. Good engineers came in and helped rebuild the place. It was the prospect. It was for peace, and it worked. They did a good job, like to assure the people that no further, military action was going to happen, that they could be allies. But America needs to reinvest in infrastructure. Father gets a tattoo to match the scar on his son's chest after a heart operation. That's cool. To like remind him of this, family and love of his son. I'm glad they're both doing it. Marvel Rivals, correct me if I'm wrong, but so far these two are the only class hero or classic retro inspired skins we've got so far. Can't wait for a similar outfit series wave. Psylocke, Thor. This is a more recent version, not the classic, but this is with the red sash is somewhat newer. Psylocke has gone through some, it was kind of non-sash before, it was more traditional. And then this is a little bit different, the neck up here, aspect. It's mostly traditional. Same with here. Belt's different, I think, but I would expect this to, like traditional garb to be in the game, but I can understand why designers want to take it in a new direction, to like spice it up, make it their own. But there'll be a large cohort of hardcore fans saying, let me play comic accurate. I don't know how big it is, but they could do the analysis on that, see if it's worth it. See if that's it. Furious, The Voice executives in crisis talks with Snoop Dogg over his homophobic comments. Yeah, I mean, I thought Snoop was like super cool about a lot of stuff, and then all of a sudden, he's not so cool about some stuff. You're like, oh, all right, Snoop Dogg, chill out, man. It's gonna be all right. Talk to your kids, dude. I don't know. Why can't I afford a house? Wear a shirt of the guy responsible. Oh, so was that Reagan? Reagan Bush. Oh, that's funny. Why Gen Z conservatives love the Reagan Bush 84T. They weren't alive in the 80s, but to them, Reagan is still a vibe. Reagan was an actor that became a president. He did a lot of changes to the American government system. Reaganomics. They called it voodoo economics. They were like, we're going to cut they started trickle-down economics. We're going to cut the wealthiest income earners' taxes. It'll trickle down. And now we have the data. It didn't trickle down. But the American Republicans still use the idea, it'll trickle down. But they don't say it anymore. That's like, we're still going to cut. They don't even say it anymore. They just cut the taxes on the wealthiest. And they're like, well, it's what we're paid to do anyway. So if they're going to try to make this cool again, I guess, he won, Bush Reagan. And that's Bush Sr., not Bush Jr., just so anyone's young enough not to know, which is definitely a thing. So George W. Bush Sr. Was head of the CIA, and then he became the president after. I believe there should be a rule. Anyone holding head of any intelligence agency should never be allowed to be the president of the country that is a part of. It's too clandestine. You could plan out, say you're the head of the CIA, you could plan out ahead of time how to obtain power with your position, and then like the dynasty, they call it the Bush dynasty. His son became president after as well. Head of the CIA, became vice president, then president, and then his son gets put into power. And the Republican legacy is well established. But anyway, let's leave that there. You don't want to know too much about history. It'd make you very mad. Anyway. You know what? That's probably good for now. That's probably good. One more. Trump deploys the National Guard to Chicago. I have the right to do anything I want to do. I'm the President of the United States of America. If I think our country is in danger, and it is in danger, in these cities, I can do it. I don't know why Trump is being impeached and removed from office. At this point, I'm afraid to ask. He's not being impeached, as far as I've heard. They don't have the political will to do it. Yeah, he's not being impeached. I mean, just, you might assume that would happen. Oh, I'll get this one in because it's incredible that this didn't get more news. If I were to actually find the surface area, how would one find it? This was the new shape that was discovered about 8 years ago. A new shape called the scutoid has been discovered in our cells. So they looked at like cellular structures. This was predicted to be real, and then it was discovered. I'm so happy I'm out of high school. Imagine having to find the area of a damn scutoid. So yeah, this was like a whole new shape discovered, which is incredible. Like, you'd think in 2000s we'd have them all, but there's more out there, man. Totally badass. Look it up. Totally worth looking at. Scroll. This is Reddit for you. Trump has forced out nearly 10% of the federal workforce. That's through Doge. Fired. Only 10%? He's just getting started. Wait for the loyalty tests to come in. Brad Pitt, Joaquin Phoenix, Jonathan Glazer join Gaza drama. The voice of Hind Rajab as executive producers follows the killing of Hind Rajab. 5-year story of a 5-year-old Palestinian girl who lived in the Gaza Strip and was killed by Israel forces during the ongoing Israel invasion of Gaza. I don't know what kind of impact that's going to have on the social consciousness. By the time the movie comes out, I wonder how many people will starve to death. I don't know. Hope. Cardiologist said Trump has 6 to 8 months to live based on congestive heart failure and the physical signs. Don't get ankle swelling, which they say he's hiding now from being behind a desk. In every photo, every press conference, everything, you won't see his ankles again. He's trying to hide them. The hand bruise is looking necrotic. It looks terrible. They're saying that the drugs he's taking to flush the fluid that's being retained is damaging to other organs, and it's gonna catch up. You can't keep taking it. It's your body will break down under the strain of the drugs trying to keep your system regulated. J.D. Vance, they asked, this was yesterday, they said, "Oh, J.D. Vance, what about I'll quote misquote it, but it was what's the succession plan? Between you and Trump, or have you discussed it? Do you know about it?" But he asked it to him in private, Trump wasn't around, and the big headline was that J.D. Vance was all smiles, and they were like, "Oh, what would happen if Trump was to die?" And J.D. Vance just big smile on his face, ready to didn't say anything, but that was the headline. That he's can't hardly wait. It'll be my turn to do whatever the hell he wants. I guess, you know what I mean? The groundwork's set, right? You're not going to be able to turn this stuff around. It's a Republican administration, so it's going to be more of whatever's already happening mostly. Maybe less of the trade war if Vance assumes power. But I don't know how palatable he will be to the American people. Trump seems to have this hypnotic, almost vampiric hypnotic effect on the elites in power, and to some extent the MAGA population. What the hell is that? That's weird looking. What they've slightly modified. There's a P in there. Put a P in, but that looks like a swastika, and it's not in the Nazi configuration. Swastika is an old ancient symbol, kind of Hindu, I think. It was a really spiritual symbol before the Nazis took it and effed with it. So this could be something totally non-related. Completely, I wouldn't be surprised. I was looking for a real answer. What the heck? It may not. What is this? I don't know. Okay, it's community TV show. Anyone got any answers? I don't know. Seems like it's quite. What is that? I don't know. What kind of rune? Okay, here we go. Now it looks a little something different. Looking for the actual combo. I don't know. Not going to take any more time to look into it. It looks strange to me. Obviously, it's a mix of two things. But if it's the original swastika before the Nazis, then it's not what that associates, Anyway, that's pretty good. I think that was. I just want to get one Reddit rundown out there. I'm not sure if I want YouTube to remember this forever. Not sure, but 7 days on Twitch would be, that's fine. I don't know if I want these to last forever. We'll see. I can always delete it if I want to, but that was a little bit rocky to start. But at least I got that out of the way and then recovered somewhat. Hope everyone's all right. I didn't see any more comments, which should be fine. But yeah, just want to throw it up there, and hope everyone's doing well. Got a chance to kind of get it out there, talk a little bit, non-gaming related, but I will be gaming again shortly. Take a break, and I'm going to jump back in with some game stuff. I probably won't do another thing like this for at least 7 days, 8 days maybe. Once it drops off Reddit, I'll consider doing it again. Don't want to do it every day. I don't think I should, but that was a chance to get out there, do a Reddit rundown, and I'll now adjust the titles of everything, which I didn't take the time to do before, but I'll do it now. All right, take care, everyone.